Welcome to a world where money doesn't make any sense. Today, we're looking at some of the most absurdly costly items possessed by the royal family of England. From private aircraft that cost more than your home to gold-plated toilets. Yes, you heard that correctly. Prepare to be astounded at how much luxury these royals live in. Trust me, they aren't your typical pricey stuff. They're insanely expensive. So sit back, relax, and get ready to be astounded by the crazy world of royal riches. A $90 million diamond necklace, a $45 million crown, a gown worth $1.5 million. These aren't just extravagant purchases. They're part of the jaw-dropping wealth owned by the British royal family. But that's just the tip of the golden iceberg, the royal art collection. For centuries, the royal family has amassed an art collection so priceless, it makes the Louvre look like a garage sale. This legendary gallery features masterpieces from some of the most iconic artists in history: Rembrandt, Michelangelo, Raphael, and Leonardo da Vinci. With over 1 million priceless objects decorating the grand halls of palaces and castles, this collection is truly a sight to behold. But we're not just talking about paintings. This treasure trove includes sculptures, furniture, and rare artifacts that collectively add up to billions of dollars. And guess what? Their value keeps soaring. Let's start with the paintings. The Royal Art Collection boasts over 7,000 works, including an astonishing 600 drawings by Leonardo da Vinci. But one painting in particular stands out among the rest: Rembrandt's 1633 masterpiece, The Shipbuilder and His Wife. This stunning work of art, hanging inside Buckingham Palace, carries a staggering price tag of $45 million. And if you think that's impressive, let's talk about Andrea Mantegna's Triumphs of Caesar. Spanning 9 massive canvases, this 15th century masterpiece is one of the oldest and most treasured pieces in the collection, with a market value reaching hundreds of millions. Then there's the Raphael cartoons, a set of original sketches created for the Sistine Chapel. Individually, they're worth tens of millions, but as a collection, they're priceless. So, with artwork worth billions and historical significance beyond measure, the Royal Art Collection isn't just a display of wealth. It's a monument to power, history, and sheer opulence. And that's only scratching the surface of the royal family's stupidly expensive treasures. Want to see more jaw-dropping luxuries owned by the royals? Stick around. Sure, the Royal Art Collection is packed with priceless paintings, but that's just the beginning. The British royal family owns some of the most exquisite, jaw-dropping furniture ever crafted, including over 300 masterpieces by André Charles Boulle, the legendary French cabinet maker known for his elaborate gold-gilded designs. And that's not all. Italian artisans have also left their mark, creating intricately inlaid stone furniture that adds even more opulence to this already extravagant collection. In fact, the royal family doesn't just own an art collection. It's the largest and most expensive private art collection in the entire world. Bigger, bolder, and possibly more impressive than some of the world's most famous museums. But if you think their art and furniture are extravagant, wait until you see what they wear in public. From dazzling gowns to jaw-dropping jewelry, the royal family's wardrobe is a whole different level of expensive. Every public appearance is a chance to showcase unimaginable wealth, and when it comes to fashion, the royal women don't just dress to impress, they dress to stun. One of the most famous royal outfits of all time, Princess Diana's blue velvet dress, the same one she wore while dancing with John Travolta at the White House. This legendary gown was so beloved that it sold at auction for a staggering $370,000. But believe it or not, that's nothing compared to the most expensive dress in the royal wardrobe. Designed by Norman Hartnell, Queen Elizabeth's coronation gown is a masterpiece embroidered with pearls, gold, and silver thread. It's more than a dress. It's a symbol of history, wealth, and power. And with a price tag of $1.5 million, it remains one of the most valuable garments ever created. Now let's talk bling. Because the royal jewelry collection isn't just expensive, it's out of this world. Some of these jewels cost more than entire neighborhoods. Even Princess Diana's collection was nothing short of spectacular, like her $90,000 aquamarine ring by Asprey, which Meghan Markle later rocked at the 2022 Ripple of Hope Gala. But the true crown jewel? Diana's $675,000 sapphire engagement ring, so legendary, it's the ultimate dream ring for millions. Not all royal gems come with a price tag. Some are priceless gifts, like the 4-row Japanese pearl choker gifted to Queen Elizabeth by Japan. And speaking of chokers, the $29,000 pearl necklace worn by Diana and Kate Middleton still gleams like new. But Queen Mary's transformed choker-turned-bracelet takes extravagance up a notch, now worth at least $285,000. But the real showstoppers? The crowns and tiaras are the ultimate symbols of power, many of which rest inside the Tower of London. From the sovereign scepter to the imperial state crown, these priceless relics hold centuries of history. The lotus flower tiara, once Princess Margaret's favorite, now belongs to Kate Middleton and is worth $500,000. Right behind it, the Vladimir tiara is valued at $460,000, while the York tiara, a royal wedding gift to Sarah Ferguson, comes in at $248,000. And then we have Kate Middleton's Cartier Halo Scroll tiara, which she wore on her wedding day, a dazzling masterpiece priced at $1.5 million. But that's not even the most expensive. The Cambridge Lover's Knot tiara, a royal favorite, is worth $2 million, while Queen Mary's diamond bandeau, famously worn by Meghan Markle, stands at $2.7 million. Still not enough sparkle. The legendary St. Edward's crown is valued at $4.5 million, but Princess Eugenie's emerald tiara takes things to another level at a mind-blowing $13 million. And for the true stunners, the Belgian sapphire tiara, often worn by Queen Consort Camilla, is valued at $6.8 million. From priceless heirlooms to multi-million-dollar tiaras, the royal family's collection is a glittering display of unimaginable wealth. And believe it or not, this is just the beginning. Stick around as we dive even deeper into the world of royal luxury. But among all these dazzling jewels, one piece stands as the ultimate queen of the royal jewelry vault, Kate Middleton's Nizam of Hyderabad necklace. Originally owned by Queen Elizabeth, this diamond-dripping masterpiece is worth an eye-watering $90 million. And if that sounds like an absurd price for a single necklace, wait until you hear about the royal brooch. The legendary Granny's Chips brooch, owned by Queen Elizabeth, is no ordinary piece of jewelry. It's adorned with 2 colossal Cullinan diamonds, weighing a combined 158 carats. And if you're wondering how much that's worth, a staggering $100 million. Yes, you heard that right. A brooch worth the price of a palace. And if the royal family is willing to drop that much on jewelry, just imagine what their car collection looks like. Beyond their dazzling dresses and jaw-dropping gems, their taste in transportation is just as elite. The most shocking: the Gold State Coach, a gilded 18th century carriage that looks like it belongs in a fairy tale. Weighing a whopping 4 tons, this historical masterpiece is reserved for only the most prestigious royal events. And despite being centuries old, it's still valued at an impressive $3 million. From jewels worth more than mansions to cars straight out of history books, the royal family's collection is nothing short of insane. But believe it or not, there's still so much more to uncover. Stick around as we dive even deeper into the world of royal luxury and extravagance. Next up, the Royal Train, a 9-carriage luxury locomotive, is the ultimate ride for royal travels, complete with bedrooms, bathrooms, and a grand dining room. While the Gold State Coach is for ceremonial processions, the train handles long-distance travel, and keeping it pristine costs a hefty $1 million a year. But don't think the royal family is stuck in the past. Their garage is packed with some of the rarest and most expensive cars ever made. The Queen's favorite? The Bentley State Limousine, an armored beast gifted to her in 2002, is worth over $10 million. Her fleet also includes custom Range Rovers, Jaguars, and Rolls-Royces. Among them, the 1955 Rolls-Royce Phantom 4, one of only 18 ever made, and her quirky 1961 Vauxhall Cresta, complete with fishing rod holders and a gun rack. Prince Philip had his own touch of luxury with his 1954 Lagonda drophead coupe, which featured a radio telephone and a vanity mirror for the Queen. His most famous creation? A military-style car he designed himself, which took 16 years to complete. Then there's Princess Margaret's 1980 Rolls-Royce Silver Wraith 2, designed to foil paparazzi flashes, and King Charles's 1989 Aston Martin, a 21st birthday gift still parked in the royal garage. If these vintage beauties ever hit auction, they'd fetch hundreds of millions. But can they compete with the Queen's private jets? Let's find out. Her custom BAE 146 jet, built for ultimate security and luxury, was worth over $100 million. But the real showstopper, the RAF VIP Voyager, a multi-purpose Airbus A330 that doubles as a military refueling tanker. After a $12 million retrofit, it now boasts business-class seats, a conference room, and high-tech communication systems. While the royal family uses it sparingly, it's often leased to the Prime Minister, because even their airborne luxury is on another level. For shorter trips, the royal family's fleet of helicopters keeps them flying in style. But the ultimate royal vessel? The Royal Yacht Britannia, a floating palace once used for state visits and vacations. Though decommissioned in 1997, this £50 million yacht now serves as a museum in Edinburgh, offering the public a glimpse into the royal family's extravagant seafaring past. From luxury trains and armoured limos to private jets and a royal yacht, the British monarchy doesn't just live lavishly, they redefine opulence. And believe it or not, this is just the beginning. Stay tuned as we dive deeper into their world of untouchable wealth. Expensive jewelry, multi-million-dollar cars, private jets, and a literal floating palace. What could possibly top all of this? Welcome to the royal family's real estate empire, where luxury knows no limits. Stay tuned, because this is where things get really insane. The British royal family's real estate empire isn't just about luxury. It's a living, breathing masterpiece of history, wealth, and architectural brilliance. From the iconic Buckingham Palace in the heart of London to the majestic Windsor Castle and the secluded Balmoral Castle in Scotland, their real estate portfolio is nothing short of legendary. Let's start with the crown jewel, Buckingham Palace. This is no ordinary home. It's a city within a city, a place so vast that even Google Maps might need help navigating it. With a staggering 770 rooms, including 19 staterooms for grand occasions, 52 royal and guest bedrooms, and an eye-popping 78 bathrooms, this palace is more than just a residence, it's practically a planet of its own. And let's not forget the staff wing, which houses 188 rooms, 92 offices, and an atmosphere dripping in grandeur. So does it come as a shock that Buckingham Palace is valued at a jaw-dropping $5 billion? Absolutely not. It's not just a home, it's a national treasure wrapped in unimaginable wealth. Next up, we have Windsor Castle, the oldest and largest occupied castle in the world, standing strong for nearly 1,000 years. This historic fortress isn't just a magnificent structure, it's a storybook of the British monarchy, having witnessed centuries of royal weddings, funerals, and grand ceremonies. Even though it's an ancient masterpiece, it stands just as elegant as Buckingham Palace, thanks to the millions spent each year to preserve its splendor. Nestled in the countryside of Berkshire, Windsor Castle isn't just another property. It's where the Queen loved to unwind, a symbol of royalty and history worth $574 million. Now, let's talk about Balmoral Castle, a private Scottish estate owned by the royal family since 1852. Spanning over 50,000 acres, it's more than just a royal retreat. It's a kingdom of its own, featuring forests, farmland, and rolling hills that make it a true Highland paradise. This isn't just any royal residence. It holds deep sentimental value as the place where Queen Elizabeth spent her final days. But the royal family's property empire doesn't stop there. Sandringham House in Norfolk is another cherished family estate, while Highgrove House, King Charles III's personal sanctuary, is famous for its breathtaking gardens. And with a $90 million price tag, it's a garden like no other. With over 20,000 acres of land and even its own private church, it's safe to say it's worth every penny. And then we have Kensington Palace, the official home of the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge and their little royals. But this isn't just a home, it's a luxury apartment complex on steroids, valued at $630 million. And in the midst of all these grandeur-filled estates, there's Balmoral Castle, one of the royal family's most cherished properties. Originally purchased by Queen Victoria in 1852, this private sanctuary is more than just real estate. It's royal history, set on 50,000 acres of breathtaking landscapes complete with mountains, rivers, and dense forests. If there's any place that looks like a real-life fairy tale, this is it. And it comes with a $100 million price tag. To top it all off, we have Holyrood Palace in Edinburgh. Unlike the other royal estates, which serve as lavish retreats, Holyrood Palace is all about business. This is where Scotland's official affairs are handled, where royalty meets responsibility in a setting dripping in history and luxury. At the end of the day, one thing is clear. The British royal family doesn't just live in luxury, they redefine it. Whether it's palaces, castles, or private retreats, they blend business with pleasure, history with extravagance, and set the gold standard for royal opulence. But the real question is, can any other world leader even come close to keeping up with their insane level of wealth and luxury? The bar is set high, and the royal family holds the crown.